So VW has been on a tear lately, outselling Tesla in Europe. It's just amazing, you know? I think a lot of people, including me, didn't think that VW would be able to do it. I mean, I think I kind of...
Hold on. According to Greenpeace,
Yeah.
24% of those sales in Europe were simply to Volkswagen dealers, not to customers.
Well, maybe it's because the dealers like them so much, they bought them for themselves.
No. Just like in the U.S., the manufacturer sells cars to the dealer to get them off the books. They're for sale. So about 13,560 ID3s are sitting on dealer lots around Europe, being declared sold while also being for sale.
Okay, so it's some kind of accounting glitch. I mean, who cares, though? I mean, most EVs sold in Europe is just bragging rights.
Well, no. See, Europe has emission standards, and the average emissions of your fleet, which is sold cars, is what determines if you get a big, hefty fine from the EU or not.
Oh, and that's why companies like Honda and Fiat Chrysler... Stellantis paid hundreds of millions of dollars to pool their emissions with Tesla.
Exactly. It's all to save money from EU emissions fines. And this is exactly why Volkswagen made the ID3 in the first place. Now, they did this tricky bit of accounting to avoid paying fines for 2020. And it's lame that they didn't actually sell many of these cars to actual customers, which means that those cars aren't on the roads, offsetting the cars that would have been bought and not polluting and contributing to emissions. So that's wicked lame. But you could definitely argue that eventually these cars will be sold. And so for all the hemming and hawing that I'm going to do about VW essentially bypassing the law this year by not actually selling these cars to consumers, they are on dealers' lots. And even though the dealers aren't that keen on selling them, they are going to get sold. Basically, the law worked. It's incentivizing these car companies, or actually threat of punishment, these car companies to produce these EVs, which people can buy. And the ID3 is a fairly decent car that people can get their hands on. In fact, all this gymnastics that VW did proves that the law works.
Yeah, I mean, if we had strict emissions laws here in the U.S., the same thing would be happening. We'd be forcing car manufacturers to do the right thing.
And if you don't believe what I'm saying, take a look at this graph.
Okay, what does this show?
This shows EV adoption by region.
Okay, so 2010 through 2020.
Yep. And the dark blue is the United States.
Wait. The dark blue is that's it? That's all we got?
Yeah.
That's all we got?
Yeah. And you can see how China has adopted EVs very quickly.
Wait, so China's the light blue?
China's the light blue. Very quick adoption in terms of percentage of sales. Of course, not all of those are like long-range, super useful EVs. A lot of them are glorified golf carts, but that's beside the point. Take a look at Europe.
Wait, so Europe is light green, and we were almost the same size car market as Europe in like 2016. Now, look at, they dwarf us.
Why do you think that happened?
The law.
It's all about the law.
Wow.
It's not like Europeans want EVs more than people in the United States.
Well, maybe they do. I mean,
maybe they do, but it's only because of the law that they offer the ID3 in only Europe and not the United States.
Wow.
So this is where we need to push our lawmakers to pass regulations on emissions. And the great part about emissions is that includes CO2. It also includes pollution that gets into your brain and kills people.
Yeah.
And you might be saying, well, my lawmaker isn't going to listen to me. Vote them out. That's how the system works. And if you go, well, who am I going to vote in? How about you?
Yeah.
Why don't you run for office? Because if you're watching this channel, there's a good chance that you know all of this stuff, and you'd be a pretty effective lawmaker. And you might be saying, well, there's no elections for a while. Perfect. You need time to build your supporter base and file all the paperwork and stuff like that. Give someone else an option to vote for you.
That's right. Hey everybody, thanks so much for watching Now You Know Clips.
You can watch full episodes of Tesla Time News on Mondays and in-depths on Fridays. Just click the link down below to head over to the Now You Know channel.